Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Tima's Talk and Vlogs. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new here on this channel, I do vlogs and discuss topics on the African diaspora at home and abroad. So in today's video, I'm going to give you my pros and cons of starting a transportation business in Sierra Leone. But before we get started, as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and stay tuned. So if you're thinking of starting a transportation business in Sierra Leone, whether it's taxis, pora, trucks, logistics, what have you, there are some real opportunities, but there are also some real challenges. So I'm going to break down the pros and cons of starting a transportation business so you can know exactly what you're getting into. So a few years back, I started a small transportation business in Sierra Leone at the height of the pandemic. I want to say early 2020, around that time. I started out with one keke and it's now multiplied to 5 and it's still presently growing. But before I give you guys the pros and cons, let me just put this out there. This is not the type of business that you would get rich overnight. It takes time. It really takes time. And I'm going to break down the cost too as well. All right guys, so let me give you a rough figure of how much each keke makes per day and how the payment system works. Okay, so excuse me if I'm looking down, I don't want to miss anything. I wrote a couple of notes here. So for each day, Monday through Saturday, in which I have like a set payment, it's about $8 a day. Yes, 8. That is about 179,000 leones in the Sierra Leone currency. And for the week, that's $48 a week. And mind you, this is for each keke. I have 5. And for the month, that's close to about almost $200, $192. For each keke, that's about $192, which would give me a total of a little over $900 per month. Alright guys, so as of April 1st, 2025, the earnings per day have increased from $8 to $10 per day due to high inflation in the country. For the week, about $60, and for the month, $240 for each keke. The overall monthly total would be about $1,200. On Sundays, the driver makes his or her own money. Okay, so I have a set payment Monday through Saturday, and the driver makes his or her own money on Sunday. So just to give you an idea on how the payment system works over there, it may be different for others, but yeah, most times that's how we do it. Okay, so here are the pros. This is a good passive income side hustle. You're like literally making money while you sleep. If you have someone trustworthy and honest, this business will run smoothly. It will grow. So yes, that's one of my pros. It's definitely a good passive income side hustle. Okay. Another pro is employing the youth. As you know, Africa has one of the highest unemployed youth, and I think as diasporans, going to Africa and creating jobs is one of the most rewarding things that you can do. So one of my first drivers who started with me from the beginning is now a business owner. So he owns his own keke and I'm so proud of him. He is still with me to this day. So yeah, that was just a reward, and I hope to employ more as I expand and venture into other businesses as well. So this is definitely just the beginning. Some additional pros that I forgot to mention are that the kekes or tuk-tuks are eco-friendly, producing 0 emissions and reducing air pollution, particularly the electric tuk-tuks, and also more energy efficient than traditional gasoline-powered vehicles. And riding a tuk-tuk or a keke provides an open-air experience, allowing passengers to feel the city's atmosphere, including the sights, sounds, and smells. Okay. All right. So we are going to get to the cons. All right. So the rickshaw is one of those vehicles that cannot go long distances. It can only go short distances. So that is a con. So if you don't know, it cannot go long distances. And with the roads being bad, that is another con, because you will be in the shop almost every week. Okay, you know, some of the roads are not in good shape, so that's something that you have to be mindful of as well. You know, hey, Africa. Another con: dishonest drivers. I had a few. I had to sack about 2 since I started. That was the first time I had to let go of a driver. And, you know, honestly, I felt bad, but I had to do it in order for my business to, you know, move forward. Hey, another con is fuel shortage, okay? There's been instances of fuel shortages in the country. Sometimes it can be a day or 2 days or even more. Yes, fuel shortages do happen. And also unexpected demonstrations, okay? Particularly in the capital, there'll be unexpected demonstrations or protests. And when that happens, mostly the businesses are shut down. Most people will be home, okay? So your business will not be really running fully like usual. So, and another con I can't stand is no call, no show. You know how here in the diaspora, you know, we call our employer if we can't make it to work. Over there, that's not the case. We have to call our drivers if we don't hear from them after 1-2 days, okay? So, and it could be for a legitimate reason. We had cases where our drivers' wives were expecting and they were due to deliver, or they were sick of malaria. You know, it was a lot of, you know, legitimate cases, but they just would not call. You know, so that's something that they're used to doing over there, and I'm not. So that was another big con of mine. So that's something I had to change, you know, to inform my drivers that they need to, you know, let us know if they're not able to make it. That way we will have a backup plan. So now we have backup drivers just in case, and that's something I do advise, if you're looking to get into transportation, to have like a backup driver, you know, like a sub. I think that would be really helpful because time is money and you're making money per day, and you have no drivers. Hey, you're not making money at all. Bribery is another big con. Most of my drivers experience bribery. They were pulled over by officers, you know, demanding unofficial fees or any little thing just to get money out their pockets. If they didn't pay up, they'll be threatened to go to jail. So yeah, sorry to say, but yeah, bribery is another big con. So those were my pros and cons of starting a transportation business in Sierra Leone. If you have a transportation business or looking to start one, feel free to leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. Don't forget, as always, to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you next time. Bye.